Hi. So today we have a new movie in theaters that not just has one bisexual character, but it has two characters. And which movie is that? It is A Simple Favor, starring Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. And I'm going to talk about that movie as soon as I mention that today's video is brought to you by my latest book, How to Win the Love Game. It is a non-fiction book that looks at how we fall in love, how we stay in love, how we rekindle love once we have it. But I'll talk more about the book at the end of the video. Right now, let's talk about the movie A Simple Favor. So what is this about? This movie is about Anna Kendrick, who plays a single vlogging mom who tries to do everything right and has just a ton of energy. And one day she ends up in a playdate situation with the mother of one of the kids from her child's school. And that woman is played by Blake Lively, and they could not be more different. Whereas Anna Kendrick's character is kind of square and kind of goody two-shoes, Blake Lively has a darker side. She is also very tall and very beautiful, cutting edge, she curses a lot, she drinks a lot, and has a dark side. So, although they seem very, very different, they get put in a situation together and they become friends. In fact, they kind of become a little bit more than friends. But as they become friends, suddenly Blake Lively asks Anna Kendrick to do her a simple favor of picking up her kid from school one day. And then Blake Lively's character disappears. And the rest of the movie is about what happened to her and who she was, because apparently she wasn't who everyone thought she was. So that's the movie in a nutshell. As usual, I'm going to break this movie down into two parts. I'm going to first talk about the non-spoilery part of this review, and then I'm going to talk about the spoilery part. But even the spoilery part, I'm going to avoid things that could really, really spoil the movie for you in case you want to push through and get more about the movie. So the non-spoilery part first. From a technical aspect, is this movie a good movie? I will say this. Anna Kendrick kills it in this movie. She is so funny. She is so incredibly funny in this movie. Blake Lively does exactly what she needs to do. She's also funny, but this is Anna Kendrick's movie. So is it funny? It's extremely funny. Are the performances good in this movie? Yes. Anna Kendrick is very good. Blake Lively is very good. And also I want to mention Henry Golding. Henry Golding plays Blake Lively's husband. And he also, this is his second movie. His first movie was the love interest in Crazy Rich Asians. This dude's going to be a star. So yeah, all the performances of this movie are very good. Is the directing of this movie good? I will say that the directing of this movie is good up until a certain point. And I'm going to compare this movie to another movie that was directed by the same person. Spy. Spy, the movie starring Melissa McCarthy. If you like the movie Spy, then you'll probably like this movie. This movie is funnier than Spy, but Spy and A Simple Favor both have a bit of a flaw, and that comes in the ending. So that brings up the question, how is the mystery in this mystery comedy? The mystery in this mystery comedy is, honestly, it breaks no new ground. It's kind of standard. And what's more, the ending of this mystery, of course, because mysteries always need a great ending, the ending of this mystery is not great. It is probably as good as the ending in Spy. Nah, maybe not. Maybe it's not quite as good as the ending of Spy. The ending of Spy was not great. The ending of this movie is not great either. Will it ruin the movie for you? That ending ruin the movie for you? No, I think that if you just push through it and just suspend your belief, or suspend your disbelief, you'll be fine from a technical aspect. But what will carry you through most of the movie is the humor, because the humor is very strong. So that's the technical aspect. But hey, you want to know what it's like watching this movie as a bisexual. And I will say that it is mixed. There are two bisexuals in this movie. Not only does Blake Lively play a bisexual, but clearly Anna Kendrick is also bisexual in this movie as well. And I think because there are two bisexuals in the movie is what saves it from a bisexual aspect, because one of the representations of bisexuality in this movie is bad, but the other representation is fine. So what it does by having two representations of bisexuality, it says that bisexuality is not just one thing, it's multiple things. And because it says that it's multiple things, you can kind of sit through everything else and just go, well, that's not great over there, but that's okay. And so I could focus instead on the rest of the movie, which is the humor and the mystery. So that's it. I think that for the non-spoilery part, that this movie is really funny and worth it to see for the humor. As a mystery, it doesn't hold together completely, but it doesn't like destroy the movie for you if you're willing to suspend disbelief. And also, as a bisexual watching this, it's fine. It's fine. But now I'm going to talk about everything, specifically the bisexuality part of this movie, from the aspect of it being kind of spoilery. This is your warning, and now I'm talking about it. Okay, so why did I kind of hesitate when I'm talking about the bisexuals in this movie? It is because Blake Lively in this movie plays the evil bisexual. And you know what? I wanted to like this movie, and I kept thinking, like, how is there any way I can kind of like justify or explain this away, or maybe like if you think of it from this aspect, she isn't the evil bisexual, but no. She plays the evil bisexual, that trope, and it's not great. It's not great. But like I said in the early part of the review, what helps is that clearly, now, Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively don't have sex, but they do make out in this movie, and it's clear that Anna Kendrick's character isn't just some passive person laying back allowing this to happen. I mean, she wants this, and I think it's very clear throughout the movie that she's genuinely in love with Blake Lively. Now, is she in love with her like long-term love, or is she just in lust with her, or just like that? It's not just also just a sexual thing; it's everything. Like Blake Lively's character represents everything that Anna Kendrick is not, and she's just drawn to it, and she makes out, she kisses that person because of that reason. Does that make her bisexual? Yeah, let's not pretend. Yes, she's still bisexual because of that. It's not like some excuse and she's not bisexual because instead it's some other psychological thing. No, that's why people express their bisexuality, because they're being drawn to do it by someone who is so compelling to them. So the reason why I am hesitant about talking, like giving this like a positive sort of representation or a negative sort of thing about its bisexuality is because, well, Blake Lively plays an evil bisexual, while Anna Kendrick plays just a normal person who happens to be bisexual. Now, getting to the spoilery part about whether or not, like why it was that I hesitated on the whole mystery thing. You know, kind of one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to mysteries is when the entire movie is like, it makes sense, and then the ending gets so convoluted that you're supposed to just like shut off your brain and kind of like just go along with things that are happening because this is how the movie's going to end. And the end of the movie is kind of a mess. And it's not a mess in terms of like directing, like technical directing or acting or anything like that. It's just that I think there was more to the ending, and they edited stuff out because for time or to keep things moving. And it just didn't hold up. Like at one point, Anna Kendrick tries to get someone thrown in jail, and then that person's out of jail, and then she's hatching a plan with someone else, and then it's just kind of a mess. So taking that into account, I can't give it like a glowing review from a mystery aspect because it doesn't deserve one. And also, it's kind of like what they do in the movie and the mystery aspect of it, like how they resolve the whole thing with her being missing and stuff like that. It's been done a number of times before. Did it catch me by surprise? I mean, I mean, I was thinking along the lines, okay, well, a couple of things could happen here. I didn't have that in my mind as it was starting to get revealed. But when it happened, I was like, okay, so they went with option number D or option D. Nothing special here. But if you think about the movie Spy, there was nothing particularly new. I mean, I guess it was a little new that Melissa McCarthy is a larger woman and she was playing a spy. So I guess there was more newness to Spy than there is to A Simple Favor. They tried no new ground here. I think you're just supposed to go here and laugh and watch a light mystery and enjoy yourself. And if you just go into it like that, then yeah, the movie's absolutely worth watching. It's a great date movie. It's certainly, if you were a female, you would be like 75% of the audience when I went, and enjoy the movie, I'm sure. So yeah, I would say for a light, enjoyable night at the movies, you can go and watch this, and that bisexual aspect of this movie won't turn you off too much. There you have it. That is my review for A Simple Favor. Did you see the movie? If you saw the movie, what did you think? And, if you're going to talk spoilery part, be sure to somehow indicate that or hide the spoilery part. Maybe go down a couple of lines and make a person have to hit more in order to reveal anything of spoilery part. You guys have done this before, I'm sure, so you know what to do. What did you think about the movie? And if you'd like to support the channel so that I can do more videos like this, please check out my book, How to Win the Love Game. This is a book where I talk about the neurochemical aspects of love. Essentially, I break love down into a game, and the game requires 100 points to win. And you can gain those 100 points from dopamine and from oxytocin. And in the book, I go over what gives you dopamine points, what gives you oxytocin points, and once you understand how love works, you can use that information to, help other people fall in love with you, help rekindle the loving relationship that you have, and lots of other things. So if you, want to support the channel, go and check that out. It's very reasonably priced, and also you can get it in ebook, you can get it in paperback, and also you can get it in audiobook form, and a link to all that stuff is in the description section below. But you can also support the channel by checking out my t-shirts on Amazon. You can check out my lapel pins, and soon you will be able, and also you can check out my my pop sockets, which I am still loving, by the way. And very soon you'll be able to, in fact, you probably want to check now, if you are in the UK and if you are in Germany, you will be able to pick up my most popular designs in my t-shirts and also in my pop sockets on Amazon as well. So check out the link for that. It should all be through one link. You can also check out, as well as, How to Win the Love Game, you can check out my bisexual romances as well. There's a lot of them. You can check out some of them for free, and the rest, all available for 99 cents. But on top of that, you can give the video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe. I do many videos on bisexual topic. I try to do them every Sunday, but if you'd like to know when a new video comes out, you have to click on the subscribe button, then click on the bell, and by doing that, you'll be letting YouTube know that you'd like to know when a new video is coming out. Until the next video, stay cooler, my bisexual friends. Stay cooler.